Anyway, so yeah, same time.
Live. All right.
Here we are yet again.
Yeah. Sometimes we take breaks, like when fall started, schedules changed and we took a little break.
But even so, we're on episode 34 already on the Real Life Lounge. So what are we going to talk about today?
So September was growth mindset, all things dealing with emotions and mental health. And October, we shift into physical health and wellness. So within our bundle, our Real Life Learning Bundle, which is our curriculum, the second topic is physical health and wellness. And within that topic, we have 4 subtopics. And the first one is understanding body systems. So that's what we're going to talk about today. This is kind of a fun topic for me personally right now because I am getting recertified as a personal trainer and I'm real deep into understanding the body systems at a very detailed level.
Yeah. In fact, last night we just had a discussion on our walk about bone growth.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because our daughter Lucy broke her both of her forearm bones this summer very significantly. And it's been really fascinating, a little stressful watching the x-rays change over the last few months and watching her body do the remodeling process. So it's fascinating as adults, but why is it important for kids to understand how their body works? Why do we include this topic? Which obviously most kids get body systems in health at some point. I don't remember getting that until like middle school sometime maybe, which I feel like so many of your habits and the way you treat your body and the way you think about your body are already kind of set by the time you get to middle school. I really feel like it's important to start talking about how our bodies work and why it's important when our kids are younger than that.
It seems like a common theme with a lot of the topics that we discuss in real life learning has something to do with self-awareness, and this is kind of no different. So learning about body systems is also becoming more self-aware about your body. And why is that important? And I think it's because we only get one, right? So if we can teach our kids at a young age to both appreciate and learn about how their body works, they're going to be more likely to take good care of it, which is ultimately one of the tenets of a long and healthy life.
Yeah. So I think a couple of the things on why it's important to understand your body and allow you to have this appreciation and respect for it and the way you treat it, and are things that I don't feel like I got when I was a kid, is your digestive system and your immune system. Because those 2 parts of our body are so much fueled by our habits, particularly our nutrition, which is the next month.
Yeah.
But it's really important to understand how those systems function so that when we are making nutrition decisions as a family and so that our kids understand like, hey, when I eat a bunch of candy, here's the effect it has on my digestive system, my immune system, my brain, all those things that they know if they can correlate, okay, here's what I put it in, here's what happens inside my body, here's how I feel. This affects the choices I make so that I feel good and have energy throughout my days. I just think that whole correlation and process is so important. Like if you're just telling your kids, don't eat a bunch of garbage, make wise decisions, eat your fruit and vegetables. If they don't know why they need to do those things, they just think you're being an annoying, bossy parent.
Yeah. And to tie that in with the journals that you've created, it's also letting them reflect on how they feel so that they can start to pick up on patterns. So if they start recognizing that every time they ate ice cream before bed, they felt poorly the next day, then maybe they start to make the correlation that if I do this, then this, and they start learning about their bodies that way too.
Yeah. And I think to kind of move away from the like nutrition, the actual piece of their actions, their daily habits, but also thinking of like how complex and amazing our bodies are and how all the systems work together, I think allows our kids to have this respect and love for their bodies that's more on like this incredible housing for their soul that does all these really great things instead of it just being a physical appearance thing.
Instead of the cosmetic side of like how I look, it's having gratitude for how amazing my body is. And then if you start really believing in how amazing your body is, then you do start seeing the physical beauty too, because you've already convinced like how amazing my body is and what all the things that it does for me. on an ongoing basis.
And then when your kids are having challenges, whether it's they're getting sick all the time or they're not pooping or they break their arm, you can have a discussion like tying back into our body systems and how do we best support them. Like again, with Lucy breaking her arm, we had a lot of discussions around calcium and how can you best support your body to do this huge remodeling process that you're asking it to do. And she's had some really awesome improvements. And I think a big part of that is because she was aware of that and made choices to best support what was going on inside her body.
And then to link things even further, if you go back to the emotional and mental health part and growth mindset and affirmations and believing in what your body can do and reaffirming that to yourself because you understand your body's capabilities. Now you've tied in mind to brain to body and just kind of, the constant.
Yeah.
flow.
And she wrote that affirmation a lot in her journal. I'm strong. My body can heal itself well. It's crazy the power that our brain has on those body systems. There's all sorts of wild stories out there about what our brains can do to our bodies. But yes, that's a great tie-in. So, all right. Well, all of the content on how to teach your kids that is in our real life learning bundle. And next week we'll talk about moving our bodies.
Yeah, one of our favorite topics.
Important and how you can help your kids be more active in moving their bodies.
Until next time.
All right. Real talk. Real topics.
No, real.
Real topics. Real talk.
Or real talk. Real topics. Real life lounge. See you next time.
You do that one.